Welcome, everybody, to the WMMA Math Podcast on WombatSports.com. I am Mark with a Q. I am your host. And just a couple quick notes. Right now, MMA is going to be still at a standstill for at least another month, as we're still kind of waiting on what's going on. I can tell you that the Nevada State Athletic Commission has pushed back their meeting that was scheduled for this week to say when they can restart events. So we're kind of in a holding pattern right there right now. So, but there is rumors that the UFC did find a venue for UFC 249. Hopefully that information will be coming up as soon as possible. On a good note, I can tell you guys that this website is updating. We're going through the web. We're going through some of the old results on the website. We were kind of about a year behind on some of those results. Hopefully we'll have those kind of updated by the end of the month, at the end of April, maybe early May, depending on how long this stretch of crisis goes on. So just keep an eye on that website. I know we just got the April results from 2019 done. So we're going to be going to May and June and all that as well. And the summer months always take a little bit longer because there's a lot of more events then as well. So we'll have all of that stuff hopefully done and caught up by the end of this crisis that's going on right now. We do have a couple more podcasts coming up. On this one, we're going to be talking to Jessica-Borga. And we'll be talking to her a little bit about her career. And then we'll have another one, I think Allison Brennan is going to be on, and we'll be talking a little bit about her career coming up as well. So, with that in mind, we're going to do a quick commercial break, and then after that, we'll have our interview with Jessica-Borga. My guest at this time is on a hot streak right now. She has back-to-back wins, including a win over Amber Leibrock over in Bellator. She's making waves. She's got quite a few momentum coming here in 2020. So hopefully we can get her. Hopefully she'll be announcing a fight pretty soon. Jessica-Borga is on with us right now. How you doing, Jessica?
Awesome. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty exciting year for you last year. Like I said, back-to-back wins. And you wound up getting a couple of awards out there in Florida as well. I mean, how was 2019 for you? And tell me a little bit about that. How you've been feeling and coming into 2020.
I feel amazing. It was an awesome year last year. Really ended it strong. Great promotions that I fought for. All my wins have been in the first round. It was really good, and I'm feeling even better doing the weight class that I'm doing now. So I'm so excited for this year.
Yeah, I mean, that is always a thing, trying to find that weight class, trying to, find out how your body reacts to certain things as well. So, I mean, obviously, going up to featherweight, I mean, there's so many opportunities now in terms of featherweight, especially over at Bellator as well. I mean, just being able to cut down to 145. How's it been for your body to kind of adjust to that? And obviously it's been working in terms of figuring out where you're at in terms of your body and what's going on in there. Was that? Tell me, how's it been with fighting at 145?
It's amazing. It's a world of difference for me, honestly. My body just feels better with power, with speed. Everything feels better. My mind is there 100%. I have no fight, so I'm excited about this weight class. And like you said, there's a lot of possibility in this weight class. There's a lot of opportunity, so it makes me even more excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to see that. I mean, the Bellator division right now is starting to really stack up right now. Chris is, of course, on the top of the mountain right now, but just quite a few to see how much competition there is and the opportunity to have that many more fights for you as well. I mean, how excited are you to possibly be able to fight for Bellator again?
Oh, I can't wait. I've been patiently eager to hear about a phone call. Even if it's last minute, I don't really care. I'm excited to get back in there. Definitely, hoping for a Grand Prix this year to see who the top contenders for Cyborg are. That would keep me busy because I like to stay busy. So.
Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit about your training camp and how everything's been going there.
I stay in fight camp pretty much. I try to stay ready. I'm always training hard. Of course, I trained harder leading up to the fight. but I'm always in constant fight camp, so I'm always ready, even if it's a last-minute thing.
What gym do you train out of? Who are some of your coaches? Do you have any interesting training partners at all?
Yeah, absolutely. My coach is Ross Kellen. He's the owner of Champions MMA, where I train here in Lakeland, Florida. And we have amazing fighters coming out of our school. We had a lot of nominations as well as the awards that I won. Our school got Gym of the Year in Florida, and I think we show a lot. We might be not as big of a name as American Top Team in some of the schools, but every time we go against them, we win. So we're trying to get that name out there. I got training partners coming up. Damien, he's an amazing fighter. He's amateur right now, but we'll be going pro probably this year in the summertime. Jamal Rodriguez, he's fighting for Combate, I believe. Just got signed with them. We have some amazing fighters that come out and beat UFC fighters and everything as well. So like Reggie Pena, we have Brianna Kellen, which is a wrestler that's the daughter of the coach that that trains me, Ross Kellen. She is an amazing wrestler, but she also knows jiu-jitsu and everything, and she's getting into MMA too. So she's going to be a huge up-and-comer.
Yeah, I mean, coming off of last year. I mean, you've been a pro for 2 years now. How has it been for you to work your way through the pro ranks, and have you just looking over the past couple of years, how has your how's your style changed? How have you kind of improved over the learning of some of your losses? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's definitely been a wild ride. I've been pretty consistent since I started. I've been in the game a lot less than a lot of people, so I've actually, I'm very grateful for how fast I've come up in the ranks, I guess you could say. But it's been a bumpy ride. Every loss has taught me something. I've always come back stronger, always won in the first round coming back from a loss. It's taught me to be more well-rounded, to kind of fix the holes in my game. I'm now a completely different fighter than when I first started. I still like to stand up and bang, but I know where my dominating, tactics lie. So that's where I've kind of changed my game.
Yeah, quite often you were actually fighting, outside of Florida. You fought out in Montana. I believe I caught one of your fights out there in Montana, and it's crazy to kind of think of you traveling so much as well, but that does come with an advantage of trying to, obviously get weight cut done, kind of prepare for yourself and try to get there early enough that, you're kind of prepared for everything like that. How has it been for you to, be able to have, first of all, the experience to be able to fight all the way around the country, and second, just to be able to have the opportunity to learn some of the tricks of the trade when it comes to traveling?
It was definitely a great thing for me to be able to travel as much as I did amateur. I'm extremely grateful for that, because not a lot of amateurs get to travel, and that has a lot to do with, turning pro. A lot of your pro fights are usually traveling. So me being able to get used to the weight cut, like you said, and everything, and training and, traveling with all of that, it really helped me get ready for pro a lot sooner than a lot of people. So that really, it helped me a lot.
If you had your way this year, how many fights would you like to have this year?
I would still like to have 5, even though it's in March right now. I want at least 5 a year.
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of fighters. I would love to have 5 a year, as many as they possibly can as well. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
See how things kind of turn out for the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we're kind of crossing our fingers right now for that call for Bellator. I mean, like I said, we have a lot of interest right now into that division, and we've got gals like Leslie Smith's going to be fighting coming up. We still we'll wait for Kat Zingano to make her her debut as well, and like I said, quite a few of those people on the underdogs as well. I mean. Just looking at the competition that you see in the Bellator ranks, I mean, what do you think? I mean, a lot of these gals have started, quite a few years before you probably even thought about starting MMA. I mean, what's your thoughts on the division?
That honestly that just excites me. I know almost everyone I go against has probably been doing it longer than me, but I think that my passion for the game and what I do shows in my fights. So it doesn't really bother me. The better they are, the more excited I get. So And there's a lot of amazing fighters that's in Bellator, and that's what makes me even more excited.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't think Bellator goes down to Florida that much. It'd be interesting to see if they end up getting a card there too. So yeah, I think we all kind of wish they would as well. So, I mean,
promise I'd pack their stadium here.
yeah. I mean, it's interesting that they don't. I mean, they go to Oklahoma a lot. They go to Connecticut a lot. They I'd really love to see them, make their way out to Florida and expand a little bit. I'll have to ask Coker one of these days, the next time I see him, if we're going to see them have a card out there in Florida at some point. But
absolutely, there's huge fan base in Florida. They love MMA.
Yeah, exactly. You're always you're always there, always ready to go out there and fight as well. I mean, the thing about being a pro fighter too is that it does consume your life a little bit as well. I mean, how has it been for the kind of the balance of a training camp or training as a pro versus an amateur?
I honestly, it's about the same. My coach has always made me train as a pro, even when I was amateur. I mean, of course, learning more makes a difference. Getting that training in, that makes you better. But he's always trained me for pro, so I feel like I've been ready to do the pro life through even amateur. So I was going up against pros in class and, cross training with people. So I don't know. I feel like I'm ready for it. I'm doing good with it. I work around my schedule really well.
I mean, do you ever take little field trips to other gyms, or you maybe head out the state maybe to train out with some other people, or maybe help people train or whatever? I mean, has that happened yet?
Yeah, absolutely. I like to go, especially when I have a fight coming up. I like to cross train with other women. We have a really good Felicia Spencer. She's she's in the UFC, but she trains in jungle MMA here in Florida as well. And it's not very far from where I live. So I've trained with her. I've trained in American Top Team, both in Tampa and in Miami. I travel as much as I can. Syndicate in Las Vegas, I've gone up there quite a few times and trained with Roxy and Serena and all the amazing fighters that they have over there. And it really helps with training camp and stuff with women.
Yeah, what did you think about Felicia's performance this past week?
Oh, she did awesome. She did exactly what she said she wanted to do. She wanted to finish, and she wanted to finish strong. So she did what she did.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting situation to see who's going to be facing Amanda. I think, obviously, it's a very heavy decision. I personally think that Felicia has a little bit of slight edge because she does have that win over Megan. So we'll have to see what happens there, and maybe you'll have to help her in her championship preparations.
I would love to. That girl is not only an awesome person, she's an awesome fighter and very underestimated, but I definitely think that she deserves a title shot.
Yeah, I mean, fingers like I said, fingers crossed that we see you in Bellator again, and if you come out here to Syndicate, definitely would love to see you while you're out here. Hopefully for a fight camp or something like that. Serena's going to be fighting this week over at the Invicta. So yeah, which is a very interesting. I mean, interesting kind of format for a tournament. Would you be ever interested in doing a tournament like that?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I hope they have like a tournament for 145ers for Bellator. That would be awesome to see the contenders. That would keep me busy. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would be great to be able to see that as well. So yeah. Social media. You guys can check her out. Go ahead and say social media. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
At Black Widow Borga. Everything's Black Widow Borga. You'll be able to find me.
Okay, well, again, fingers crossed. I know I said this a million times during this interview. Fingers crossed Bellator gives you the call, but it'll be interesting to see where you kind of wind up next, Jessica. And like I said, next time you're out in Vegas, definitely we'll have to do a face-to-face interview. Maybe we'll me and Serena and we'll take you out to lunch or something.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Make sure you guys check us out on social media. You guys can check us out on Twitter at Wombat Sports, at Wombat Sports, and Wombat Sports on Facebook. You can also follow me personally on Twitter at WMMA news. You guys can get some, besides some MMA stuff, I'll have cute little things or whatever, tweets or whatever, and I'll give my unfiltered opinions. So you guys can check it out as well at WMMA News on Twitter. And